Here we have a sample project file that's already been populated with data. You can see the name of the view displayed on the left side of the screen. A Gantt chart view consists of a table on the left and a chart on the right. The table may contain additional fields that can be seen by scrolling the table to the right, or you can move the vertical divider bar between the table and the chart. You can use the scroll bar on the right side to scroll the view up and down. Now, on the View tab, I'll click Timeline to display a view that's a handy way of seeing the big picture of the plan. Project displays the timeline view in the pane above the Gantt chart view. This timeline view has been populated for you with some details from the plan. We'll discuss customizing a timeline view later in the course. When I click in the timeline view, note that the label above the Format tab changed from Gantt chart tools to Timeline tools. The commands displayed on the Format tab now are specific to the timeline view. You'll notice that as I switch to different views, the label above the Format tab changes accordingly. This is because it's a contextual tab. Now, on the View tab, in the Split View group, I'll clear the Timeline checkbox to hide the timeline view. The data is still available, it's just hidden for now. I'll show you a Resource Sheet view now. To open it, on the View tab, in the Resource Views group, I click Resource Sheet. This view displays details about resources in a row and column format called a table, with one resource per row. This view is called a sheet view. Another sheet view, called the Task Sheet view, lists the task details. Also, notice that the label of the Contextual tab has changed to Resource Sheet Tools based on the active view. Note that the Resource Sheet view doesn't tell us anything about the tasks to which the resources might be assigned. We'll look at a view that does that next. To see information about the tasks that resources are assigned to, on the View tab, in the Resource Views group, I click Resource Usage. The Resource Usage view groups the tasks to which each resource is assigned and shows you the work assignments per resource on a timescale, such as daily or weekly. In the timescaled grid on the right side of the usage table, you can see some of Carol Poland's work assignments in the plan. Currently, the timeline in this view shows assigned work per day. You can adjust this timescale using the Timescale command on the View tab, or the Zoom slider controls on the status bar in the lower right corner of the project window. Another usage view, called Task Usage, flips the data around to display all the resources assigned to each task. On the View tab, in the Task Views group, I click Gantt chart to return to the Gantt chart view. Now I'll show you a different split view. On the View tab, in the Split View group, I click Details. In this type of split view, the Gantt chart is the primary view and the task form is the Details pane. Details about the selected task in the Gantt chart view appear in the task form. You can also edit values directly in the task form. We'll work with the task form later in this course. Now I'll clear the Details checkbox and the task form is hidden. As mentioned previously, reports have been greatly enhanced in Project 2013. To view or create a report, I click the Reports tab, and you can see in the View Reports group that I can create a new report or open a dashboard report, a resources report, and so on. All of these are built-in reports. I click Resources and then click Resource Overview to open that report. When I select the report, Project automatically switches to the Design tab so that I can modify this report if I want to. I'll go into more details on this later in the course.